Let's
Space
move.
Marine.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Please go ahead, get Space Marine. All right, let's get started with our very first topic. All right, let's go with this week. This past week has been very light on news, but we do have something we can talk about. Like basically two topics. Number one, we're gonna talk about the FF9 remake situation. So apparently this game is pretty much a real thing because this the mention of the FF9 remake was I think a few years ago when Nvidia during the Nvidia leak where most of the games that's being listed there are pretty much real. So FF9
Mm-hmm.
remake was in this as well, so most likely it will be lah. So there are updates on this game so far that someone from Square Enix did commented that with the scale of the game itself, there's possibility of it being multiple parts, just like how FF7 remake was done. So I want to get you guys' opinion. I assume all of you guys played the game, right?
Not till end. I have to admit.
What?
Okay, where do you
No
stop,
way.
Adri? Where do you stop? I'm disappointed now. Where do you
Oh,
stop?
uh,
This tree, right? At least this tree, lah, right?
um,
I remember.
Uh,
Okay, let me remind you something. Did you get the short hair princess or not?
yes,
okay, I mean,
Okay,
I got
but
it.
that's not bad though.
I'm
That,
I got
probably,
that's
it.
that's not too
yeah,
far. That's not too far back.
My
yeah.
vivid memory of it is they were on a hot air balloon or something or a spaceship and they were being chased and then they crash.
Oh,
Whoa, that
the
is not.
the wizard thingy. Yeah, you're finishing soon. Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second.
Eh?
Where was
Is
it
it?
again?
No, that's not even the end of
No.
this one. I didn't even change this.
Wow, there's a this one. I can't remember. How many CD do we have?
Eh?
Three.
How
There was
is
three
it this?
discs. There were three discs. I
Okay.
think there were three
Yeah,
Wow.
discs.
I never changed this. I never
Oh,
finished it. Yeah. This is a confession. You got it
I'm
on record.
so disappointed.
Wait,
Oh my goodness.
I thought you said you're almost near the end, and then I heard like something like your ship crashed and haven't even changed this. So that's pretty much this one when you are getting you trying to get to what's the castle name already? Limblom, I think, because
I don't know.
there were a lot of
I
airships
was
trying to get there.
young. I
Okay,
was young. I was
okay,
so
so
young. I
so
remember playing
Adris,
it during Hari Raya with school, one of the school holidays. And I'm
man.
sorry, Harry. I don't want to say anything until now.
I am so sad right now. I thought you were close to the end. I thought you're really
It's
close to the
okay.
end, and now not
But
really
it's
at
okay.
all.
I I
Nowhere
can see
near.
how, yeah, I can see how non-hype the game is. But I was wondering,
Yeah.
were you enjoying yourself playing the game? Not so much.
I did enjoy it. Actually, I did enjoy it. I don't know why I stopped. Oh, I remember. It was the time when the PS1 had some problems. The data keep erasing. So I gave up.
Oh.
Yes, I remember now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Your memory cutting,
The
ah.
yeah. So I simply give up and forgot about it. So
I
yeah.
mean, maybe try give it another go. I know the remaster wasn't great in terms of the visual quality. Even I have to admit, the character in the
I
remastered version, the character looks clear, but the background they did not what's it called? They did not update it, so
a-
it's like you see a very
actually
big
yes.
difference.
I'm super interested to try to get it on Switch actually.
Yeah, maybe try to get it on when
It's
it's on
on the
sale
phone
lah.
too. It's on the phone
True.
as well. I don't know
Mm,
which one is easier for me, accessible for me. Is it the phone or the Switch? Because
I
both
think
are
Switch.
portable.
I think Switch would be better.
Switch will be
And you
better.
can get a CD. Yeah, I think you can get a CD. I mean
Cartridge.
the DS
It's
cartridge
a
very cheap as well.
physical, right? Okay.
Yeah.
try to get it and then maybe finished it because for me lah, right, it's my most favorite one in the series because how classic the setting is, like medieval fantasy, like how
Right.
Final Fantasy used to be lah, nothing about
Yeah.
turn based lah, but it's just a setting that's like there's crystals and stuff like that. So yeah, the story is pretty good as well. So you should definitely give it a go. But anyway, no worries. In that case, maybe you can talk. Maybe you can get Zerg's opinion as well because I'll share mine first. What do I think about it being a
Okay.
three-parter? I am always okay with a remake as long as oh shit. As long
As long
as
as it
they
shits.
don't, as long as they don't change anything, lah. Where it unlike FF7 remake, where they kind of did a
Ah,
bait
okay,
and
okay,
switch
okay.
thing, right? I'm not saying that they
Yeah, yeah,
cheat.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying that they lie to people, but they originally the first remake is being marketed as a remake where people expect it to
Yep.
be all the same. Then where I think even though I haven't played it, I'm aware that as you play towards the end of the game on the remake, there are some
Uh-huh.
stuff that start happening, right? So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so it completely changed how Rebirth did, and pretty much as the third game as well, because it won't be the same thing. Most likely, like it won't be the same thing. So
They
I do
cop
not.
out in Rebirth, man. Of that's a different
Mm,
discussion.
but I
Sorry,
mean,
sorry, but yeah,
once you know what they are trying to do, it's kind of understandable what that they are
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
yeah.
way, lah. But I do not want that to happen for FF9 remake. Mainly, one is because it's very nostalgic to me. Unlike
Mm-hmm.
FF7 for me is not as much feel compared to FF9. But for FF9, I really just want them to, if you want to remake, fine. If you want to use modern controls, you want to make it more actiony. Because I kind of enjoy playing as Zidane in what's the game again? Shit,
Dissidia.
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 Yeah, I actually enjoy playing him as
Mm.
Dissidia. You get to see more of the action, him using his dual blades and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I enjoy playing that. So if they can introduce that kind of more actiony system, but remain some RPG elements into it, then fantastic. But please don't do the change the storyline kind of way really, because this story is a very classic a hero, Zero become hero, a band of a mix and match people trying to save the world. I don't really want it changed. As it being a three-parter, I have an issue with that though. Can you all just condense into one? Don't don't be too ambitious. I don't
Mm,
need I don't need a large map where there's tons of things to do, where people
mm,
play card games or not. I mean, there's a card game I know, but yeah, not don't bloat the game lah. But yeah, that's pretty much my opinion lah. I want graphically enhanced fine, game mechanically, battle system enhanced fine, but don't change the storyline and don't change the scope of the game. Already, just condense into one game. I think that
mm-hmm.
is good luck. That's how much I can tolerate when it comes to this game. Zert, what about you?
I I was not happy hearing that it's gonna be treated like
Departure.
rebirth.
Oh.
Reason, um it will be very long for me to wait for the second versions.
Mm, mm-hmm.
That's one.
Correct.
Because I know, yeah, but say for example, if they were to change this is a bit different compared to Harry. If they were to decide to change the storyline like how they do it with remake and rebirth, then by all means, because I know it's gonna be a bit difficult. I know it's gonna be a bit time consuming, I would say. I'm sure they're gonna have some discussion saying, okay, we're gonna go into this direction. But I think having said that Final Fantasy 19 is one of my top favorite games, um I think the storyline is perfect. The music score are all perfect. The
Mm-hmm.
combat is I love the most. And obviously the summon the Phoenix summon is something that I always remember until today. Um I would say I'm sure if they were to do two version out of it, like how they do rebirth and remake, I'm sure it's not just because they want to do it. It's just they really want to milk out the money from everyone, like myself. I'm sure I'm gonna buy it. But but the thought of waiting for it for the next 2 years for the second iteration, man, I don't want that. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Yep,
frustrating.
true.
True, true.
Yeah.
Agree. No matter how
So
much
that
you love the franchise.
Yeah, that's the only limitation that I will be having with this whole idea. Like seven, for example, I don't mind because the whole thing changed drastically, I would say, and I can appreciate why they do that. And take a look at reverse. The whole area is so big, and yeah, man, you can see the effort that they're putting into those. How long has it been? 2 years. In putting rebirth, and we're gonna have the third one when I don't know 2 3 years.
Is
So
it 2 years?
am I?
It's 4 years, dude.
Yeah, they said they're gonna
Rebirth
make
and
it.
remake is
Uh,
4 years.
In that case, makes sense
yeah,
lah, right? The
yeah,
length
2 years,
time makes
three,
sense,
four
right?
years. Yeah, I do not want to wait for Final Fantasy 9 4 years. I don't want that. But whatever decision that they're making, because I'm so glad I'm not from Sony. If the decision of Concord can be made in such a way they can just make that decision, I'm sure it is applicable for Final Fantasy 9 as well. I'm saying the truth in a way that there are certain environment or certain leader of a fact that will not listen to any criticism and whatever they say is correct. So if this comes, I'm an end user and I have the right to say what I wanted to say. I'm so glad for that. And if this kind of leadership comes from this kind of narrative of Final Fantasy 9, where, okay, I'm going to say we're going to make 3 series out of Final Fantasy 9, and there's nothing the worker can say about it, regardless of how they disagree with it, well, it's up to them. Yeah. But having said that, um, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is not something that they are proud of in terms of sales, right? Putting it in PC will not make it a success either. If you want to be relevant about it, so yeah, I think I'm not sure how popular Final Fantasy 9 is because we know Final Fantasy 10 is so popular, Final Fantasy 7 is so popular, and Final Fantasy 9
Mhm.
is the in between games in between those two consoles, right? So I
Mhm.
think whatever decision that they're gonna do, if they were to put into two version or of course three version, if you want to have more time and more money, I don't think it's gonna be that famous like River, in terms of sales. So, and again, where I want to emphasize my point, if you come from a comfort point of view, they want to do it, they will just do it because 400 million is nothing for them. So yeah, back at
Yeah, right.
you, Harry, or even.
400 million for a lesson is very expensive though. 400 million, man. 400 million. There's so many things you can do. Um, yeah. Sorry, forgot what I want to say already. But anyway, um, yeah. I mean, I agree. What Zerg has to say lah. Sorry. Suddenly, I lost the words already. But anyway, I just hope that this game is real. I definitely really want to see what are the upgrades that's being done about the game lah. So uh yep, let's see. Let's just wait for more news about it, and hopefully maybe Game Awards come out. This game has been rumored for a very long time already. There's a
Mhm.
fan project that came out like quite some time.
I saw that. I saw
They
that.
really, I think it's Project Memoria or something like that. Something
I
like
know
that
it.
lah, where they
Yeah, I know
upgrade.
which one. I forgot the name, but
It's just straight up reimagining, like remake the assets and stuff. So can't
which is
wait
good. So
which
good.
is good. Definitely. So yeah, please share show us what it is. Oh yeah, I now I remember what I want to say already. So the game all being one, right? I feel like I think it would be a better idea because unlike FF7, right?
Mhm.
FF9 is not as popular as FF7,
7.
and of course it's
Mhm.
not gonna be popular as FF10 because what Zerg said just now is true. It's FF9 is came out at the very end of the PS1 cycle. Um
Yes,
right before
correct.
the PlayStation 2 came out, and obviously the PlayStation 2, the FF10 with all the upgrades that's being shown, definitely it's much more hype lah compared to the last game, the last hurrah for a console. Like right now, the Switch version, like the Switch, right now is where the situation where a lot of games that come out didn't get too much attention. I'm not expecting like Zelda with Echoes of Wisdom to get to sell super well. It'll sell okay, but I don't think it's like gonna break. It's gonna make some noise and something like that lah, because it's at the last leg of the console already. But when the next Zelda that just came out for the new Switch 2 come out, it will be obviously it will get the most attention now. So I kind of wish that maybe they just put all into this one game so that it push out. People don't have to wait for the next episode to come out, because people's attention span actually is very limited. Like example, I love Stranger Things, love it, but then now waiting for the last, I think it's the last what's it called, the last season.
Last season, right?
Yeah, my even though I was really hyped for the ones before that, like right now I'm like, my hype is just died down. I'm like, wait for that it come out lah.
True.
Like I might not even like watch it
True.
immediately, something like that. So yeah, lor, if you want to get people more engaged, right, it's either you do it two ways. One is you straight away show everything, all right, or you make sure that the interval, the gap in between, right, is as little as possible. But that is quite impossible for game development unless the scope is smaller, but I don't think so lah, right? So the best I feel
Mhm.
is just come out everything in one. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think about this whole FF9 situation. Let's move on to the last topic. All right, this one I actually wanted to hear you guys' opinion, because mine actually, I feel like mine is pretty much like everyone else. Let's talk about this Dragon Quest creator. I need to read this one.
Oh, I've been on it for a while.
Yeah,
Okay, never
okay.
mind.
So just so that I can give this topic justice, I'm gonna read as much as I can from the article, so that I give the best context as possible, huh? All
Okay.
right. So the Dragon Quest series creator Yuji Horii has addressed the changes to the female characters in the game, who are now showing less skin than the original
Mm-hmm.
versions of the game. Speaking during an interview
Mm-hmm.
at the TGS, Hori admits he's just as confused by the changes to the late Akira Toriyama's artwork, but goes on to explain how if there's too much exposure, the age rating goes up, and it means the game can't be sold to all ages. So what he says, I really wonder who's even complaining about this. So that's what he said. And the another Shonen Jump editor in chief, he actually said it's like an absolute god. He's talking about the age rating system. An evil disguised as good. There's no such thing as content that doesn't make everyone uncomfortable, because beauty and ugliness, good and evil, are different for everyone. There's a religious concept from the West, especially in America. I hope this is what they translated exactly lah, that influences
Mm-hmm.
their approach to sex education, right? Their approach to compliance is really narrow-minded. When selling manga in America, everything had to be categorized by age groups, because there's a risk of lawsuits. The company also has to get insurance. Doing business with such a ridiculous country is really frustrating. Because of that, Japan also gets negatively influenced. So
Mm-hmm.
yep, that's pretty much the article. So what he says about this is pretty much the one word lah, censorship lah, right?
Yeah.
So obviously what he's trying to say is that when originally the original work shows a lot of skin, nothing much, not too many places covered, but when it needs to be published, sold to the West, then a lot of things need to be adjusted lah. They need to show more be cover more what's it called, more skin lah. So I want to get you guys thought. I share mine first after I hear from you guys. For me, I play video games. I enjoy Xenoblade Chronicles 2, especially they are the worst, one of the worst crimes. I mean, well, not crime lah, but they are the worst offenders of this lah,
Right.
where the character designs. I think Pyra Mithra is already pretty conservative in comparison with some of the other crystals, the characters out,
The
that you can,
blades.
the blades that you can unlock. So that's really, I'm like, interesting. So, but for overall, I'm okay with it. I will just like like my eyes like this a little bit, but then after that, I'm just focusing on the gameplay. Whether the female character show a lot of skin or not, I feel I'm okay with it lah. I mean, like, it's just a fantasy world. I do have some issue if the game is more 3D like, like what's the word, more realistic looking. But when it comes to fantasy world where things are more graphic based, cartoonish based, I am actually okay with it, because for me that's not really real, that's not too real. So
Mm-hmm.
if it of how they wear, I'm mostly okay lah. But of course, the main question is, would you want your kids to see what you play? um that's why I'm more picky on the
Zergg.
games, which is why I'm more picky on the games I play lah. I mean, I know there are a lot more games that there are more even worse offenders out there, but mostly they are still, at least they still covered what is supposed to cover. So they're not like very in your face, that kind of thing. At least the games I played lah. So overall, I don't I would prefer the character designs to remain as per what they are originally. But of course, being in a society, we have to accept that different people have different opinion lah. But I just hope that maybe they can have the option to let people choose that, whether they want a more the original design, or they want a more safe for kids, safe for work design. I don't know what's it called lah, out there lah. So yeah, I want to get you guys' opinion, because what I'm actually very interested is because both of you are Muslims. You
Mm-hmm.
guys love video games, especially Adri. He play a lot of like different game with different kind of character designs. How do you think about this? Where when they are, let's not talk about guys lah. Guys wear less. Who cares, right? But especially for females,
Yeah,
when
that's
they
true.
when they when they when they,
True,
especially
true.
for females, especially when they wear less, how someone is in conflict with your beliefs. What do you think about, this censorship thing? Because I'm actually really curious, of what you guys think. So let's go with Audrey first.
Um, yeah, honestly, it didn't bother me at first because it's just some of them just cover up more, which makes it easier for me to play in front of kids. But then again, even if I play, the kids don't would even care what I'm playing or whatnot. I be careful lah with the times I play. Usually I play when they're asleep anyway. So yeah, but when I do play, it didn't bother me as much because it didn't hinder my experience. It's still them being there, having all their skills, all their abilities and whatnot. And it's gonna be like pixelated anyway in this context of Dragon Quest 3. So
Yep.
yeah, it would be not that clear or anything. Um, so the censorship, I feel it's not necessary. I mean, it's not you change it whatever you want lah. Like the gender naming to type A, type B, fine. It's just a different thing. We obviously can see it's female and male, so it's totally up to us lah to interpret. So, but yeah, there are some truth in in the what Yuji Horii said about the ratings. Like, yeah, they might go too much for if it's above teen, then you can't sell more. So he was thinking on the business perspective lah, which makes sense because he aims to sell
As much as
more of those
possible.
copies. Yeah lah. So so he was confused at the first, but then he just accepted it because yeah, he can sell more games as well. Whereas the Shonen Jump guy, uh, he was Shonen Jump is more to the manga,
Mm-hmm.
the publication. So censoring manga pages probably is harder than doing with games because yeah, this
Mm.
manga is pretty unfiltered. If you remember reading all the the like Attack on Titan or even the old uh mangas would be like, is it a gore or sexy, sexier? Even when I read Gundam, they were like sexualized, super sexualized women in there. So, but censoring them will, yeah, just makes it look weird lah. In a sense, so that's why I think that's why the Shonen Jump editor felt a bit frustrated because it's just extra work on his side because manga is physical, right? So yeah, it takes a lot of time and money to print out a censored version of that. Whereas games nowadays can just edit a bit lah. But for us, Dragon Quest 3 being edited, it's kind of, yeah, it might ruin the experience for me to not experience the original art style, the original design of Akira Toriyama, or even back then. But to me, I don't think it doesn't matter lah. As long as I get to play the game and I probably won't even use that class, the one that got censored or whatever. Which is, I remember the warrior, right? Was it the warrior lady? Yeah, I might switch out for a better class after that, or even the priest. Even the priest got censored or something. I don't know what happened. Like the Dragon Quest 3, it's too like uh complicated or even too annoying to even care for me. So I just I just want to play it next month, man. I'm just waiting for it to come out. So it doesn't do a huge much impact in my gaming experience. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just realized something. The website that I share with you guys, right? I was wondering. I was looking at the main picture, right? I was trying to see what is the difference between these two characters, the older and the newer version. I was looking interesting. I mean, I'm just trying to, for research purposes. Seriously, I'm just trying to understand what is the difference. Then I realized something. Oh, the newer version, they actually let her wear a shorts and a bra top.
Yes, yes,
Now I
yes,
realize,
yes.
but it's pretty clever though. They make it look like it's like skin color. So it's like, oh, then
Yeah,
I also didn't realize. Okay, pretty clever, really clever.
yeah.
If that's the case, okay lah, fine lah, whatever lah. It's not like suddenly there's a very scantily clad. Originally the version is scantily clad. Then the censored version is like totally wearing a big bulk armor. That would be a crime against humanity. I feel.
I mean,
Uh,
it's not as bad as Concord character design lah, which is
okay.
this one is still the same. The silhouette looks the same. You recognize is the character. It's just they
Yeah.
just added pants and shit. That is also skin color. So even if pixelated, it might look the same. It might look the same anyway. So it doesn't ruin my experience to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just, if anything, I can just play in front of my wife and kids more because yeah, it's so, they say, but they might see, if they see the tummy or whatever, like, ooh, still sexy, like kind of thing. So either way,
You lose
yeah,
either way, dude. You lose either way. So
you lose either way. I lose
so
either way. I'm just
so
a player, man. I'm just a player.
the cepat change class, change to another person in
Yeah. Or I'll just make my character all male. I just make everything all male. Then they'll be okay. That's fine. I don't use any females. That's the easier way to do it.
by by introducing some censorship. They actually pushed out gender inequality in your party system, and now you just have to choose all males.
No, come on.
Look at the double-edged sword. It happens. All right, I want to
Oh,
hear
yeah.
Zerg.
I am really looking forward to play this game, HD2D especially, because 1, 2, 3, 5 is the Dragon Quest that I really want to play again. Um, when I first reading the article, it really screams nothing but inclusivity, right? Especially
Yeah.
for those players who don't identify themselves with binary gender. Obviously, that's the reason why they put type one, type two, type E, type B, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but having said in terms of marketing, I think this is not new. A lot of artists are doing this. A lot of seniors are using this. A lot of everyone wants to be the ally. Everyone wants to follow the current trend, especially in gaming, right? Where inclusivity has a, I mean, it's currently becoming a priority. But like what Adu said, as long as it doesn't really impact the full gameplay or the experience of me playing the game, I don't care. But if you know, if this reason of putting inclusivity is a solid justification for you to put a higher price, yes, I will care. Uh,
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
y- yeah, I'm sure they're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna get a lot of crowds. So we have put all this, non-binary thingy here. Not that the article seems to be opposing in which direction, but then if the reason why they're putting this so that I can get more people and they can justify the price, they're okay with it, blah, 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 then I'm not okay with it. But as long as it doesn't really affect the core gameplay, yeah, it's pixelated for goodness sake. And actually today, it's not like extremely big character that you're looking at. So if this kind of thing, you know, is the one that really pisses you off or turn you on or whatever it is, you may want to check yourself mentally or spiritually or emotionally. So yeah, I'm good with it. I'm gonna play it together. So we need to
Let's
be
go.
something. Yeah.
Let's
I have a
go.
I have a question, right, in regards to the art, the character art. I mean, like example, like the lady that we talked about just now. Um, is that art is gonna be present in the game? Like, okay, example, like when I mean, it's pixel, it's HD 2D pixel game, lah. But anyway, when they talk, do they show the character art? No, right? Do they?
Maybe in the menu or when you choose class, because you can change. You need to
That's
go
that's
to
pretty much
a
it, right? That's pretty much it, right?
guild. Yeah, you need to go to a guild and recruit this person in your. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, even I think the dialogue doesn't show character portrait.
Yeah, because
It
in
will
that case,
just be dialogue. Yep.
I agree with what Zerg said. It's kind of like a nothing burger thing where if it's like you have to go through multiple hoops, like Adri said, they don't even show the character art when they talk. The only way you get to see the art is when they when you want to recruit. Then why the censorship when censorship, if you want can lah, if the thing you want to censor is super easily available lah, right? But if it's like have to get through a several hoops to in order to see that content, then why bother? Because yeah, that's kind of weird for me lah. And another thing of what Zerg said just now is that they like if they purposefully did something for inclusivity. I thought data has shown these days where if you purposely want to shoehorn in, like inclusivity things in your game, people would take notice and end up boycotting the games, kind of like Assassin's Creed, was it game Shadows? Where
Yep.
you like kind of feels like you're trying to shoehorn something in lah. I don't know about the original direction lah, but people seems to think that way. Then people feel like, oh, I'm gonna boycott this. And same thing with what's it called? Same thing with Star Wars Outlaws, where they recently sold 1 million. I feel like it's a good thing already, but anyway, because of they purposefully make the female character less feminine, less feminine, make it look more like what's it called, more man-like, I guess. So in that case, why bother for inclusivity's sake when people already take notice of it and actively looking to boycott any games that are doing it? So yeah, I feel like this whole I agree with the Shonen Jump one where um the what the Western culture is kind of weird because from the outside we thought they are actually very open, more open-minded, but in fact in reality seems like like they are quite conservative when it comes to all these sex gender kind of stuff, which is weird for me because my impressions of them has always been they are more open and stuff like that, but it seems that they are also quite, quite close-minded as well lah. But anyway, that's pretty much our thought on it. Is anything else you guys want to add on? Right.
No,
No,
I'm
all right.
okay.
All
Yep.
right, cool. In that case, that's pretty much all we have for today. Just two small little topics, but I think we kind of put what we have lah. I think it'll be quite a slow months because TGS just ended. I don't think there's anything else happening already unless Nintendo decides to surprise us with a Switch 2 reveal.
Announcement.
It should
Surprise,
happen.
surprise.
I keep thinking like it should happen like when we least expect it, like next few weeks ago or something like that. I keep thinking was they gonna reveal this year. Or maybe the game awards, who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Slow month, but
Oh, the
slow
Game
week.
Awards in 2 months.
Oh yeah, 2 months
Yeah, but
again.
we'll see. Is
We'll
it 2
talk
months
about
already?
we will talk about any the games that should be in game of the year lah. But anyway, that's the topic for another time. I want to thank Adri and Zergg for being here.
No worries.
Yep, no problem. Zerg has people talking behind, right? Now I can hear. Now I can hear it.
It's
Okay,
the
no.
stream.
I'm moving around now. Yeah.
I know it's okay.
But we're
We
ending.
almost
No worries.
ending already. But I want to thank both of you here, and thanks everyone for watching. And we will see you. Oh, I won't be. I'm not sure about whether we'll have one next week because I'm not around Friday. But we'll see. I try to arrange. Maybe we can do it on Saturday or something. But anyway, thank you so
Okay.
much, and we'll
Yeah.
see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.